Friedrich Engels, 1820 to 1895, was a German philosopher, political theorist, social scientist, journalist, and revolutionary socialist. He is perhaps best known for his collaborations with Karl Marx, with whom he co-authored some of the foundational texts of modern communist theory, including the Communist Manifesto, 1848, and the second and third volumes of Das Kapital. Engels' own works, such as The Condition of the Working Class in England, 1845, are seminal contributions to understanding industrial society and its challenges. Engels was born on November 28, 1820, in Barmen, now Wuppertal, Prussia, now Germany. He was the eldest son of a wealthy textile manufacturer. Despite his family's devout Christian beliefs and conservative values, Engels became critical of religion and skeptical of authority at a young age. He attended secondary school in his hometown, where he began to cultivate his radical political views. Engels began his professional life working in his father's factory, but he devoted his free time to reading widely and engaging in intellectual pursuits. While working in Bremen as a young man, he began contributing articles to radical journals. It was during this time that he first came into contact with the ideas of the Young Hegelians, a group of radical intellectuals who were critics of established religion and politics. In 1842, Engels moved to Manchester, England, to work in a factory in which his father was a shareholder. His time in England deeply influenced his political views. Engels was horrified by the poverty and misery he saw in the industrial city, and it was in Manchester that he began his detailed examination of the English working class. In 1844, Engels met Karl Marx in Paris, and the two began a lifelong collaboration. They discovered that they had similar views on philosophy and capitalism, and decided to work together to develop a new theory of socialism based on a critical approach to political economy. This collaboration resulted in the Communist Manifesto in 1848, a concise and strikingly written document that remains one of the most influential political manifestos in history. Engels financially supported Marx so that he could work on Das Kapital. After Marx's death in 1883, Engels edited and published the second and third volumes based on Marx's notes. Critique of Capitalism. Engels, like Marx, was a trenchant critic of capitalism, which they saw as an economic system that inherently leads to the exploitation of the working class. Engels' first-hand observations of industrial Manchester were foundational in his and Marx's understanding of the conditions of the working class under capitalism. Historical materialism. Engels was instrumental in developing the theory of historical materialism, which posits that social and political change is driven by the material conditions of society, particularly the development of the forces of production and the relationships individuals and groups have with the means of production. The state and revolution. Engels argued that the state, in its historical development, primarily serves as an instrument of the ruling class. He held that the state would wither away after a proletarian revolution, giving way to a classless and stateless society. Women's emancipation. Engels' The Origin of the Family, Private Property, and the State, 1884, is one of the first Marxist analyses of the role of the family in the history of human societies, and is considered a pioneering work in the study of women's oppression, which he related to the rise of class society. Engels lived a significant portion of his life in England. After Marx's death in 1883, he became the chief expositor of Marxist theory, and was a mentor to a new generation of socialist leaders. He continued his political work until his death on August 5, 1895, in London. Friedrich Engels was not only the co-developer of Marxist theory, he was also its first great expositor. His works have had a profound impact on various disciplines, including politics, economics, sociology, and history. Engels was a deeply committed revolutionary who devoted his entire life to the cause of the working class and socialism. Today, he is remembered as one of the principal founders of Marxist theory, alongside Karl Marx.